Hi guys, my name's Dave. Welcome to my channel. Today I want to take this piece of maple and make this. If you want to watch me make it, stay tuned. Okay guys, I've opened up this fire and I set my dimensions here. Width's 29 inches, height is 9 5/16, and the thickness is 79 thousandths. I like using the lower left hand corner, so let's click OK. And the first thing I done was made me a border, and then I designed me some yard lines, and then I made me some border boxes to put like the numbers and everything in, and east and west. And this, since this is the 45th anniversary and everything of these football teams meeting, I put the 45th on there. Then I made some helmets and put the helmet logos. So once I got all my vectors drew and everything, we don't need to carve this part, so it was just for designing. So I'll go back and turn the border boxes off, click close. Now we'll go over to the toolpath side. Okay, on the toolpath side here, the first thing I want to do is a texture and toolpath, and you'll pick the texture and toolpath right here. So I've done made one right here, so let me open it up and show you what I've done. I've selected a 90-degree V-bit, and I'm going to have a start depth of 90 thousandths. That means it's going to start down below the surface here, and I highlighted all the vectors that I wanted to texture in between. So let me click calculate. Yeah, that's okay right there. So let me show you a preview of it. This is what it's going to look like after done the texture. Okay, once I've got the texturing done, and you can see how it, textures in the wood around all the objects and everything, I made a V-carve toolpath, and I'm doing it at a flat depth of the same 90 thousandths. I'm using the same 90-degree V-bit, and I'm using for the flat clearance, I'm using a 1/4 inch Endmill. And I think I'd rather do the raster on this. So let's change it to the raster. And I've got the same. I've got most of the same vectors done, selected on it. I don't have the east and west because I'm going to V-carve it in, and I don't have the lines because they're going to be done with a different tool. So I'm going to click calculate on it, and we'll do the V-carve first since we already done the texture. We got the bit in the machine, so let me show you what it's going to look like. And you see it'll go around the outer edges and everything, clean up all them. Then I'll do the 1/4 inch pocket, and it'll go across where we done the texture, and just leave enough to leave a little texture on it. I think it cleans it up a little bit better by doing this. Okay, now once we got this far right here, we need to V-carve in the Marshtown, or the east versus west, and then the M and W. So I've got them on separate ones right here. Here's the one for the M and W. I've got the same 90-degree V-bit in there. So we just click calculate, and then the Marshtown east and west, and I need to change it a start depth of 09 with a 90-degree V-bit. Now that's this over here. Remember, we done cut the flat part down to 90 thousandths, so we need to start there before we done cut down. So I'm gonna click calculate, and we'll preview MW, and then the east and west. Okay, the last thing we need to do on this is we need to profile the yard lines. You know, we need to profile these lines right here and everything. So I just went to the 2D profiling toolpath, and I'm using a start depth of the 90 thousandths. Remember, that's where the flat part is, and I'm just doing a cut depth of 100 thousandths. And I'm using a Ballnose bit, 1/8 of an inch, and you know, you're going to be right on the vectors and everything because you want to make just those lines. So I'll click calculate on it, and then we'll preview it. Okay, this is what it's going to look like, guys. So now let me put the stock in the machine and we'll do some carving. Okay, I've got the lettering painted black in here and everything. Now I'm going to go over the numbers here with a little white paint. Okay, I've got them all painted white here. So let's let this dry overnight and see if we need to touch it up. If not, we'll spray another coat of clear. Okay, here's the sign finished up and everything. I painted some lettering here. And you know, next time I make one, I think I might paint the helmets here and do the lettering just a little bit different. But I think it turned out great. This is our local high school teams, East and West. And last year, they had their 45th rivalry game. So I thought I'd make this. I've been making this for a while, and I work on it for a while, and then set aside a lot of little sanding and everything, tried to get the details just right. But I think it turned out great. You know, you could do this to the Super Bowl and everything too, or your local teams, or whatever you want. Thanks for watching, guys.